Hey, what is going on, guys? RvzStealth here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at why you should be buying Nashors more on Ekko in Season 11. We're going to be testing the damage output from both Nashors and Lich Bane and come up with a conclusion as to which is better in what scenarios. And if you guys are interested in learning more about Ekko for Season 11, then be sure to give the stream a follow. I stream mainly Ekko and I peak Grandmasters with him in Season 10, so the link will be down in the description below. So the reason I wanted to make this video now is because everything is finally starting to stabilize a little bit here. It doesn't look like these items will be nerfed in the next couple patches, or at least I really hope Lich Bane doesn't get nerfed again and Nashors doesn't get nerfed again here. So we should be able to finally start coming up with the best builds for Season 11, or what works the best in what scenarios. And with Lich Bane being nerfed 2 patches in a row, getting a total of a 20% decrease from the AP ratio, or on the AP ratio of the Spellblade damage, it means that Nashors does have a lot more viability now on Ekko. Nashors did just get nerfed in this patch, but only by 5% on the damage proc, whereas Lich Bane has gotten nerfed by 20%, so a much bigger nerf to Lich Bane than to Nashors. And the second reason to why I wanted to do this test is because Nashors actually does have the better win percent right now as a second item on Ekko, as opposed to the Lich Bane by about 2%, or a little bit less than 2%. So I wanted to test this to see if it was just a fluke or not, or to see if there's reasoning behind as to why Nashors is performing better than Lich Bane, even though the sample size of Nashors right now is very, very low. Alright, so we're going to jump into the damage comparison now, taking a look at Lich Bane, which is 3,000 gold, against the Nashors, which is also 3,000 gold. You're going to be getting 80 AP from Lich Bane, 10% move speed along with the on-hit passive, and then you're getting 100 AP, 50% attack speed, and the on-hit passive from Nashors. So first here, if we test the damage from Lich Bane with just a standard full combo, you're going to be dealing 1,510 damage. If we throw in one extra auto attack after that full combo, it's going to be 1,656 damage. And then if we do a combo with 2 extra auto attacks added on after that, it's going to be 1,801 damage. Now for Nashors, the exact same thing. A full combo is going to be dealing 1,481 damage. A combo with 1 extra auto attack added on is going to be dealing 1,678 damage, and then a combo with 2 extra auto attacks is going to be giving you 1,883 damage. So comparing the damage output from the test here, you can see that a straight up burst combo with Ekko is going to be dealing more damage with the Lich Bane. It's going to be dealing about 29 extra damage there with Lich Bane as opposed to Nashors. But if you're getting 1 extra auto attack in after you proc your passive, then Nashors will start to out damage Lich Bane. It starts to out damage it there, especially once you get, multiple auto attacks off. If you're auto attacking like 2 or 3 times after your full combo, then the Nashor's damage will add up there. Now you can't just compare these items based on their raw damage though, because you are getting 10% movement speed from the Lich Bane, which is really nice to help you close the gap and get onto targets. And with Nashors, you're getting a bit of extra AP, and you're also getting that attack speed. So with the attack speed from Nashors, your damage per second is actually going to be a lot higher than Lich Bane, just because your ability to proc your passive and your ability to get those extra auto attacks off after you do proc your passive is going to be a lot faster with Nashors than with Lich Bane. So for example, because you get the extra attack speed from Nashors, you might be able to get 2 auto attacks off with the Nashors build in the same amount of time you'd only be able to get 1 auto attack off extra with the Lich Bane build, and then that means that would add like 200 extra damage output from your Nashors as opposed to Lich Bane, which would be a lot higher. Now I did try to test the damage output you have against towers, like how quickly you can take towers with Lich Bane as opposed to Nashors, and things were very, very equal. The amount of time it takes with Lich Bane here on this tower down bot lane was about 16 seconds, and then comparing it to the Nashors here, the Nashors took about 15 seconds, so slightly lower, but it was really hard in practice tool to be able to test this because, there's a little bit more minions attacking the tower here with the Nashor setup, so that might have allowed me to take the tower a little bit faster. It's pretty difficult to test that kind of thing in practice tool, but overall the amount of time it took to take the tower were very, very similar. However, Lich Bane, or however Nashors I should say, is gonna be better for you in the side lane because it does allow for you to clear waves out quicker. You're gonna be able to instantly pop a minion wave faster with Nashors than with Lich Bane, so Nashors is gonna be better for you if you are looking to only side lane. Alright, so overall guys, our takeaways here is that Lich Bane does do more straight up burst damage. Nashor's does more after one extra auto attack, so if you're against heavy CC compositions, or if they have a lot of burst and you don't think you're going to be able to sit in a fight and auto attack continuously, if you're going to have to just burst a target right away and then get out, then going for Lich Bane in those scenarios is going to be better for you. But if you're in a game to where you feel like you're going to be able to get those extra auto attacks in, if you're against a low CC enemy composition, or if they do have less burst and you're going to be able to stick onto your target and continuously auto attack them after you do jump in, going for Nashors is going to be stronger. And then if your team is behind and you don't think you're ever going to be able to team fight, if your only win condition is for you to split push and win the side lane, then going Nashor second there to help you clear side waves out faster and to help you take towers is going to be what you want to do as your second item. And then lastly, if we just break down the build and runes that you should be running on your Ekko for pre-season 11, early game, starting with Corrupting Potion and then grabbing your Dark Seal and your Dorans on your first base is still very standard. Core build there, going for either Sork Shoes or Merc Treads depending on the enemy comp. If they're super heavy AP or super heavy CC, you can go Mercs instead of Sorks, but most games you would be looking to go for the Sork Shoes. And then your Proto Belt there, or I guess I should say Rocket Belt, is going to be your main core item. You can go Night Harvester. There are a bunch of Ekko players doing that as well right now, but most Ekko mains are doing Rocket Belt, and I think that over time it's probably just going to end up being the best item on Ekko. But if you do prefer Night Harvester, you can run that there as well. Second core item, like we talked about in this video, either Lich Bane or Nashors depending on the situations that we went over earlier. And then situationally, Seekers, if you're up against a very heavy AD enemy composition, grabbing a Seekers early on is always very good. Rabadons as your third item there is going to be standard for most of your games. It's just going to allow for you to one-shot really well there. The Void Staff third item if you're up against a very heavy magic resist enemy comp. Oblivion Orb if they do have a lot of healing. Don't complete Oblivion Orb into Morello though. That's a very common mistake a lot of people are making right now in the preseason. Morello is not cost efficient at all, so you only want to grab Oblivion Orb if you need that healing reduction. Never complete Morello. And then for Majais, if you're snowballing super hard in the early game, then just upgrading your Dark Seal to Majais is a great thing to do. And then for the rune page on Ekko, it's pretty much the same as to what you'd run in Season 10. So Electrocute with Sudden Impact, Eyeball, and Ravenous, still very standard. However, you can swap Sudden Impact for Taste of Blood if you're in a more difficult matchup. And then for secondary runes, taking the Dematerializer there, getting the one hit on the back wave at level 7 is still a really good strategy for Ekko. So running Demat is really strong there in your secondary runes. And then for the other rune, you can take Magical Footwear if you're in a really easy matchup. If you're in a more difficult matchup, you can do Time War Tonic to help yourself get past the laning phase a little bit easier. You can also do Cosmic Insight as well. It's actually performing super well on Ekko right now in the preseason. I've tried it out a couple times. It feels pretty solid on him, so that's a new one you can try out with the changes it received. You can also do Futures Market with Boots if you want to hit a really early mid-game spike. That's viable too. And then if you just want more damage, you can also run Sorcery Secondary with Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm. So there's honestly a lot of different things you can do with your secondary page on Ekko, depending on your preference and depending on the situation. Alright, so that is going to be it, guys. That's going to round out the video. Hopefully this now gives you a pretty good idea of what you should be looking to build on Ekko here for preseason and heading into Season 11. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have yet to already. So thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video.